what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. It's me, Steven. Today I'm joined by Riley and Shane. Say hello, my fellow peoples.
Hello, my fellow peoples.
What's up, my fellow nerds?
Oh, you didn't say what's up, nerds. You just said what. This is good. This is change. I love change. You know what change brings? More spoilers. Yeah, Sledge of Eternities. Still spoiling on. Releases August 1st. Super excited. Did anybody pick up the precons?
Not yet, but I'm very excited.
I picked up both.
Nope, didn't pick up either for this one.
Okay, well, I will be playing both. Catch me on Spell Table. I do love playing it. I get on Spell Table more often than I like to say. But anyways, is everyone excited for spoilers today? I saw some fun cards in our slides. I'm excited to talk about them.
Do it.
But before we get on to the first card, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you're keeping up with all of our videos. We're posting all the spoilers from this beautiful set. And then we also have some fun new commander grades coming out for Final Fantasy. It's super exciting. Check out our opinions. They're always good, I think. I hope. I don't know. But yeah. Let's go on to the first card. We have Icetill Explorer. This is 2 and 2 green for a creature insect scout. 2/4. It says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. That's fun. Extra turns, I guess. I don't know. You may play lands from your graveyard and it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, mill a card.
Hey, you like mill?
I hate self mill.
Yeah, but then Golgari, this would be a good like dredge deck or a reanimator deck. This would be good.
Yeah, this does everything. Yeah, like you get to play lands from your graveyard, you get to play an additional land on your turns, and whenever you play a land, it has landfall effects. So, I mean, there's double up on landfall effects that we've seen in Magic before. This kind of does it all.
I like this, but I think this actually is a little bit more deck specific.
I mean, 100%.
I don't think this is slots just like into every landfall deck. I think that you specifically want this in like the Golgari style or Jund style, where it's like you do care about the cards going to your graveyard.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe like Lumra. Lumra's a really fun example. You get to mill, bring all your lands back. It's kind of fun and exciting.
Fun card.
Yeah,
fun.
it's a neat enabler.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Shane, why don't you take this next one?
Okay. The next one is Sledge-Class Seedship. 2 and a green for a spacecraft artifact. It says station, which means you can just station it at sorcery speed with power of the creature you're stationing. We all know what that does, but at 7, it has flying, and it says that whenever it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pretty good.
Well, that's pretty good.
This reminds me of Kona.
Does this go into Kona?
Maybe. Actually, yeah. Because Kona wants to be tapped, and you can tap Kona to station this.
Yeah. Not to mention, usually the things you're putting out with Kona are so big and bad. They're usually not swinging. They're kind of deterrents for your opponents and pretty big creatures. I think this is a pretty slam dunk for Kona.
I actually disagree.
Why? Tell me.
Go on.
So I understand what you guys are talking about. My concern with this, however, being is that even given the fact that we're talking about the Kona deck right now, trying to cheat things into play, your commander is already doing that. One of the biggest problems that those kinds of decks have is just like making sure that they always have something that's big and threatening in their hand for them to be able to drop. By the time that you've managed to turn this thing online, you now also have to attack with it. I'm just imagining at this point, you've probably already had the opportunity to drop 3 or 4 creatures just through other means of your deck. I'm not sure that this actually does anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to completely disagree. I'll be honest with you. I think this comes down before Kona, number 1. Number 2, Kona essentially stations this the turn that Kona comes down. You get to bring in another creature that's probably going to be a pretty large one, and then you get to station it again. So by that next turn, you've only dropped 1 creature with Kona, and then you have this. So then you get to drop 2 creatures.
If you have the 2 creatures, I know what Riley's alluding to is that you run out of gas quickly in that deck, so you need to make sure you have enough card draw, which, besides the point, I think this card is just good for the station ability, honestly. I could take out a card that maybe is not as great that just taps Kona. At least this taps Kona and does a little bit more. Because there are a lot of cards in that deck that just are solely there to tap Kona. So here, at least I can maybe cut one of those and have a little bit of flexibility. But yeah, I can see it's double dipping.
Because the double dipping that I kind of see with this card is most of the time, and we can talk about other stuff, it doesn't just have to be Kona, but at least specifically with that kind of style deck, that's your commander, and most of the time people are going to be destroying it, so it doesn't get that effect. At least you have another option to have that effect on the battlefield as well. So at least it's like it gets more removal out of people's hands to hopefully let you do the thing a little bit more often.
Before this whole conversation was about one deck. I'm sure it's good in other decks too.
Nah.
All right, Steven, how about you move on to the next card?
All right, I'll move on to the next card because I'm actually pretty hype on this card. It's Moonlit Meditation. This is 2 and a blue for an enchantment aura. It says enchant artifact or creature you control. The first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you instead create that many tokens that are copies of enchanted permanent. I like this card.
You like making copies?
Of whatever this is pretty good.
What do you think, Riley?
Is this a powerful effect? Yes. The fact that this only triggers the first time is my hesitancy here. Just because that is really going to limit the overall power level of this. But I mean, if you are making a copy of, I don't know, something big, scary, some gigantic threat, or even just something like Mana Rocks, like if you're making a copy of a Soul Ring, this is a fairly decent card there. It's just, it's only going to do that effect one time during that turn. So I don't know. Because typically whenever I'm making tokens, I'm not just making one.
It would be pretty
Yeah,
sick, actually.
I think the reason why I like it so much is that even though it does have that negative of only doing it that one time, this is 3 mana. So usually you might be playing something else so that way you can be able to copy it. Hopefully it's not legendary. But coming down with 3 mana probably enables you to at least make another token that you have in your hand or something on the battlefield. So I think at least with that kind of like thought, I don't know. Like I think that maybe the once per turn kind of clause here is pretty viable.
I liked what Riley said. I would just make each first token I make a soul ring. I'm gonna have a bunch of soul rings now.
I mean, listen, that's not bad. Well, at least a couple of us like this card. But Shane, let's talk about this next one. I think maybe you read this.
Okay, I think I maybe read this. This is Requiem Monolith. 2 and a black for an artifact. It says tap it until end of turn. Target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. That seems like a decent card. That's a lot. That could be a lot of card draw, dude.
I love this one, actually.
That could be a shit ton of card draw. Potentially. Also, what's like that weird downside of having it deal 1 damage? Like, okay.
It's not a downside.
Not? Did I read it wrong?
No, it's enabling itself. So like if nobody is dealing damage to that creature, you can just like, all right, well, I'll tap this to just draw a card.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is actually a good card, yeah.
I think this is fantastic. I'm gonna use this with a like big creature. That way it's like, hey, you can swing at it. Or you can like I'm gonna swing with this creature and you can block it if you want to, but like might be drawing some cards off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna be taking some life.
It's a resource.
The life
Card
is
draw
a
wins
resource.
It's a
games.
resource.
Play it in a deck where
I mean,
you get scores of.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the fact that this says until end of turn. So essentially, like you get to decide. I feel like most times when we see these kinds of effects, it's a constant. So that's kind of good that this has like that safety valve. Now it would be insane, like in this set where there's that one station that can deal 100 damage. That would be wild.
I mean, when you just kill yourself?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm putting this in a Rakdos deck. I'm gonna go ahead and tap this down, and then I'm just gonna cast a Blasphemous Act. Boom, problem solved. Board's gone, hands full, everybody wins.
Yeah.
All for 13 life and 1 red mana.
Absolutely.
Requiem for a
That's
dream, dude.
wild. Requiem for a dream.
All right, Steven. I think you need to read this next card.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Lightstall Inquisitor. This is 1 white mana for a 2/1 creature angel wizard. It's got vigilance, and when this creature enters, each opponent exiles a card from their hand and may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Each spell cast this way costs 1 more to cast. Each land played this way enters tapped. Really cool thing about this card, This is the second ever 1-mana Angel.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. This card is so extremely pushed in my opinion. Like, what? This is so good.
Is it?
Sorry.
Nope.
Standard. In standard, this is a 4 of. It's dumb.
I don't actually know if this is even a 4 of in standard, to be honest with you.
I promise you it will be. The hand disruption and that makes you cost more. That's gonna totally see play.
So those kind of effects, yes, they do generally see play, but this card has an interesting wording on it that makes it a little bit different. Your opponent is choosing which card they're going to exile. You're not getting information on their hand. You're not choosing a card that's actually going to stifle them. They're going to pick the thing that's going to be the most irrelevant to be taxed.
It's true. Still 2-1, 1 mana, 2-1 with vigilance. With upside, seems pretty good. I like it.
I just don't know if the upside's that upsidey.
Upsidey.
I understand the tax effect, but Riley makes a perfect point. Your opponent gets all the power here. You are causing a very minor inconvenience of hand disruption, in my opinion. I do think it's cool. Do I think I'm running this over a lot of other things? Probably not. I think it is a solid card, maybe in the right circumstances, but like this doesn't really do too much. My land comes in tapped. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not here for this actually.
Yeah, and then if I have Splunking on the field, nothing's tapped.
It's true.
I'll tell you what, Shane.
What?
I think you got this next card.
Do I? Okay. This is Pinnacle Starcage. For 1 and 2 white. It's an artifact. When this artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield. You also pay 6 and 2 white. Put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard. Then create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each card put into a graveyard this way. Sacrifice this artifact. An interesting exile effect.
Okay, so we got a better temporary lockdown.
Is it better?
Know. I don't know.
I think so.
Well, temporary lockdown, doesn't that hit up to 3?
I think
no, because temporary lockdown itself is
everything.
3. I could be wrong. Temporary lockdown will get everything 2 or less mana value.
This just has an ability to
get rid of. This just does artifacts and creatures. But so you're missing all the enchantments, but Up the Beanstalk is banned, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
It's banned.
Yes.
And that was the biggest enchantment, to be quite honest with you, that was running through standard. Most of the time, you're not really seeing too many artifacts that people are playing. Or sorry, not artifacts. You're not seeing too many enchantments that are like 2 mana that much anymore, because even Hopeless Nightmare was banned, and that was a huge one. So, I mean, I think I might actually play this over that. I'm not going to lie. I think I actually prefer this, because at least this has some upside. Now, granted, it is 8 mana. So you do have to make it. But I think in the white-blue standard decks, I think this might be an auto-include. Maybe.
I mean, this is cool. It's a neat effect. You'll be able to like absolutely annihilate all of their tokens if they have those. If there's a control deck in standard, maybe this sees play. It's coming in at about the right curve. I'm a little hesitant on the fact that like they get their things back whenever this leaves the battlefield. So we'll see how that works out.
I mean, I'll agree with you. When this thing leaves, obviously they get their stuff back. But that, like, the temporary lockdown has that same clause, and people love that card.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying it's really that much of a knock against it. I'm just saying it's like these are the kinds of cards where it's like if you start to sideboard against them, it can really start to penalize.
I will say that the CMC is a little different because we were comparing it to 2 and a white. This is 2 white, so it's going to be a little. You have to pay more attention to your pips. So something to remember. Yeah,
that auto tapper on Arena. It's got to me a few times.
All right, Steven, I think it's your turn. What do you got?
All right, I got this really cool art card here. Secluded Starforge. It's a land. You can tap it for a colorless. You can pay 2, tap it. Tap X untapped artifacts you control. Target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. You can also pay 5 and tap it. Create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. I am not here for this.
I love this art so much, dude.
The art is really cool.
That's so cool. This is like up my alley, dude.
Didn't they? Was this the one that Hunter had sent us in the group chat that had Tezzeret on it?
Think so, actually, yeah. As like an alt art.
Yeah, I think there's an altar with Tezzeret, which kind of looks like a copy paste, like a really bad one.
As far as this card itself, though, I probably would put this in like a colorless deck just because it does other things than tap for colorless mana.
That's true. Little artifact shenanigans and could make something pretty big.
Yeah, I don't actually care much for the second or third ability on this card, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of here with you on that one. This comes down, it comes in untapped, taps for a colorless, and I think in a colorless deck, that's its bread and butter. And then you have the other two, and if you really need to pay 5 and tap this, I mean, you can.
Get a robot.
You get a robot, not a sad one. Doesn't get you another land, but at least you get a robot.
Mhm.
All right, Shane. I think this is a space dragon that's calling your name.
All right. Starwinder. It's calling my name. 5 and 2 blue for a creature Leviathan 7/7. Holy moly. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. Warp for 2 and 2 blue. That's crazy, dude. That could be so much card draw.
It could be.
Dude,
Not in my deck.
you just warp it in early and then swing in with the team.
Or, hey, hear this.
Tell me.
I play Enduring Curiosity at flash speed. And when it dies, it sticks around as an enchantment.
Yeah, but don't you only draw 1 card per creature attacked or damaging?
Yeah.
This is like if a 5/5 connects, you draw 5.
Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
So what's going to happen here is I'm going to full swing after I've played this, and then one of my opponents is going to like fog effect or something, and I'll be really sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just block.
That's true.
I mean, I like it. The warp, it makes it come down super cheap, which is nice. And then I have to cast this for 7, and that's probably going to be my entire turn. I'm going to swing, and hopefully I have some unblockable creatures. I mean, I'm here for it. I see potential. It's really, really tough. I don't know if I'm playing this.
I may put this in a deck that is a little bit more on the control-y side, especially if I have creatures that have the ability to deal, I don't know, just like evasive combat damage. Like I run Italian deck. This is a card that I could potentially look at for that. It's just like, all right, I'll warp it in, swing in with flying, draw 3 cards, and then later on in the game, whenever we're kind of like in that stale-matey, sluggish part that deck likes to grind to, I'll drop this 7-drop and we'll start to take over.
Yeah.
I think what Riley meant to say is they have Italian deck that runs us into the ground.
Such a good deck.
I mean, it's
a really
the
good deck.
objective of the deck is to control you to the point where you just don't play.
I cry in the ground.
What about what's that deck that Hunter built that cares about Leviathans and all that stuff and playing them off top of your library? Yeah, maybe you could play it in one of those decks. Make it cheaper.
True.
Cool.
Yeah, I think if this comes down way cheaper than 7, and I'll be honest with you, maybe even cheaper than 4. But I mean, I think, yeah, no, I do like that thought, Shane. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm here for you, buddy.
Well, let's see what you got with this next thought. What is this next card?
All right. Well, listen, let me read the card and then I'll let you know my thoughts. I got Steelswarm Operator. This is 1 and a blue for a 1/1 artifact creature robot soldier. It's got flying. You can tap it, add a blue, spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell. Or you can tap it, add 2 blue mana, spend this mana only to activate abilities of artifact sources.
It's an interesting dork.
Interesting dork indeed. I like the fact that it's an artifact creature, so it kind of adds on to your little bonuses mostly.
If you're playing blue artifacts, this is a slam dunk, I think, though.
I think this is also a slam dunk. I think when you kind of think about mana dorks in green, most of the good ones are 1 mana. Some good ones are 2 mana. I think this is a good one at 2 mana in mono blue or whatever you want to do.
I don't know. I think I disagree with you guys on this. It's a cute card. I don't think this is going to be very impactful just because, like, yes, it does have some cool abilities there, but limiting it only to an artifact spell, like, this is not helping you get instant sorceries, enchantments, anything like that in play.
Very, very true.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they have artifact instants and sorceries.
That's not yet.
Yeah, we have to wait 2 years for the next space set. Wild though, if it did happen, click back on this video.
Dude, calling it now.
I called it. All right, well, Shane, I wasn't happy with what I just had, so maybe your next card's better.
Okay. I got Edge Rover. 1 green mana for an artifact creature, robot scout. It's a 2/2. It has reach. When this creature dies, each player creates a lander token. I mean, is that a good 1 mana drop?
No.
You don't want to give all your opponents a lander token?
No, I don't. Would I like to give my opponents a way to ramp? No, I would not like that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in standard, that's still, I don't know.
I think, yeah, this for Commander, I don't think gets there, but this for Standard, I could see this.
I could see a little,
It's
it's cheeky.
Yeah, it's got excellent stats, and sure, you're going to give your opponent a lander token, but like, you're in green. Chances are, you'll probably be able to make better use of that lander token.
That's true, and I think that's why I don't like this card that much, is because I don't play Standard. Watch a lot of Standard videos, so I stay in the loop. But I agree with you on that, Riley. I think in Commander, this is not making it in my deck, maybe. But in Standard, I mean, it is a 1 mana 2/2 with reach, which is pretty solid. This kind of stops like the turn 1 Monastery Swift Spear in red, which is great. But yeah, I mean, that's if you go first. If you go second, you're probably dead.
Do not
anyways.
block. Yeah, don't block.
I was going to say, if you're going second, they're getting their lander token.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this card was better than the last card, Steven. Well, we got one more. Why don't you talk about that one?
All right. Well, this is probably gonna be the best one, right? Because I
Okay.
got it and it's last.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we got Hymn of the Faller. 1 and a black for a sorcery. It says Surveil 1. Then you draw a card and lose 1 life. It's got Void. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, draw another card. I like it.
So you can wait. If a non-land permanent. Okay, never mind. You can't crack a land. I had to read that again.
Yep. It says non-land.
Yeah, it says that. Good though. Good card draw.
Is it twisting the parts of your mind over there, Riley?
Originally, I read this and I loved it, and then I realized it's actually not an enchantment. It's a sorcery. My love for this has disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough this being a sorcery, but possible 2 card draw.
If this is your second spell, hopefully, because you warped something, you surveil 1, draw 2, lose 1 for 2 mana. I mean, not horrible.
No, it's not horrible, but it's not great.
It's got hoops. I don't like my cards with hoops.
I think instant, this is a slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I can see something shaping up in mono black for standard. I can see this in like a control shell.
Art's
Maybe.
cool.
It's very cool.
He's surveilling.
Yes,
Surveilling the cosmos. All right, Shane. Well, we did the back and forth thing, but I think right now what I want to do is talk about our favorite cards. I'll go first with Hunter's pick.
Oh.
Because Hunter left a note here in the slides.
Okay.
Hunter's favorite pick was the Lightstall Inquisitor, that 1 mana angel we spoke about earlier, that none of us really liked, so only Hunter likes.
I mean, I think
which makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I think my favorite card, and it's weird because I don't really play these kind of decks, but I think it's the Icetill Explorer. Little 2 mana, 2 green. It's a 2/4, and you get to do everything. I think it's solid. What about you, Riley?
Oh, yeah.
Requiem Monolith is going to be my favorite just because I feel like there's shenanigans, and I love it whenever I like give my opponent what is the wording? A terrible choice or something like that.
Villainous choice.
A villainous choice. There you go. Where it's like, I'm doing something beneficial for me either way, but you can go ahead and play your little games.
All right, Shane, what do you got?
Dude, it's gotta be Sidewinder, man. Sorry, I mean Starwinder. The scary serpent leviathan. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Sidewinder. I love drawing cards and I love playing blue cards.
You do love playing blue cards and card draw. What?
Wins
games.
or loses me games. One of the two.
True. I cannot confirm nor deny something bad happened to me the other night. Anyways, yeah, Shane, I'll tell you what. Since I read the last card, why don't you end it?
Okay. Well, that's what our favorite cards were. What were your favorite cards? leave a comment down below letting us know. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming spoilers and other videos we did. Even mentioned Final Fantasy. We got a couple of those coming. I got some gameplays coming down the pipeline. You don't want to miss them. In the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts, especially Instagram. We only talk about rares and mythics here. Want to see all of them? We post them all over on Instagram. And then on screen right now, these are all of our Patreon subscribers. You want to see what they're seeing, which is early content, exclusive content. That'll be over on our Patreon. The link's in the description and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with Aaron Hill,
Aaron Martin,
Brian Gagniela,
Daryl Tripp,
Marion Turner,
Dr. Rome,
Jimmy Ward,
Jay Pizzle,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Samuel Abbott,
Thrifty, PSGR,
and William Colombo. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the extra support, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Laters.
We didn't talk about a single mill card.
Good.